Man, 55, dog, slick, hey, yes. Bro called him a bid, I'm working the phone. Niggas ball hard, so I'm working alone. I'm my own shooter, I just switch it in post. I'm the mailman, call me Borrow Malone. Bro called him a bid, I'm working the phone. Niggas ball hard, so I'm working alone. I'm my own shooter, I just switch it in post. I'm the mailman, call me Borrow Malone. That last play was foul, I'm running the zone. Don't let her take the slime, I'm ice on her hoes. Don't say it's on the floor, my apes lifting for more. I'm sorry, I cater to this band, so I can't level her. My pockets screaming, give me more, my AR saying, give me some.
What up, though, YouTube? It's your boy Brillo. We back in the building. Today we got Let Me Talk to Him, episode 2, Brayden versus Effie. It's been a long time coming. Let me get my op in the building for today. Let me get my op up in here. Pretty girl love trap content. How you feeling today?
How are you? I'm well, Mr. Brillo. How are you?
Oh, that's the type of time we on. Okay. Let me see who up in here with us. I'm feeling good. Let me see who up in here with us real quick before we get to going. Jeremiah, what's good? Daria, what's good? DeMarcus in the building. What up, though? String Clips in the building. And RC up in here. We about to get it going. Today we talking about two of the hottest characters of the season so far. We talking about Effie and Brayden, of course. So let's get it going, man. Ma'am. So we're gonna start off with some opening statements. Oh, if this is your first time coming across the page, lock into the real. You know the deal. Like and subscribe. You already know the vibe. You see, I'm still locked up, so it's scrolling at the bottom. If you want to throw something on my books, they gave me another 30 days. It is what it is. So since you're a guest, on Brillo the Big Review, opening statements. How would you like me to start this off with my opening statement, or do you have something prepared?
I mean, I have something prepared, but you can go, I can go. It doesn't matter.
Your choice.
Okay, I will go. I will go first.
Okay.
To be short and sweet, I would like to say hello to the jurors, the audience. Please, keep in mind all of the facts, and just make sure you have an open mind. But I would like to start off by saying that Effie Morales, okay, she is a top tier, multifaceted character in the Power universe, okay? She serves as a great soul entrepreneur. She is a valuable asset to any team she is a part of, and a great ally for Tariq St. Patrick. Baby Ghost is what you call him. She has what it takes to be in the game. She's much more qualified to undertake the underworld. Much more than Brayden, Mr. I'm finally good at something, Jefferson Weston. Okay. I do have a quick request, dear sir, if you don't mind. I'm going to share my screen really quickly.
Okay.
And I just want to remind you guys that this is a face of one who gives 100% to the game and 100% to the books, okay? I'm just saying, look at this young lady. She can switch it up at any point in time. She can be a schoolgirl. She can be a round the way girl. She can be a bougie girl. And she can do anything she wants to do, okay? She can code. She can move dolos from state to state. She could cut coke. She can do everything in the classroom that you need her to. So please keep in mind that Effie Morales is that girl. And close.
Okay. Interesting to say the least. So I heard what you said, and it was a bunch of downright lies in those statements. Respectfully, great ally, more qualified. Yeah, 100% to the game. Yeah, 100% to herself.
Okay.
Let me get one. Let me get this straight. So I'm clapping right now.
Okay.
Effie gets an A for effort because the sole reason why the community is in such an uproar about Brayden is because he hasn't murdered anyone, as if murdering someone was a prerequisite to selling drugs. Effie and the community, they don't like Brayden. I don't want to say it's because of the color of his skin and the fact that he chose the game and Effie didn't. Let me play you this.
Okay.
Fuck in the car. No, please. I do not want to do this. You're right. I don't.
Clap it up for Effie. A for effort. Let's take a trip down memory lane. Do you recall
Mm-hmm.
Choke?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Backstabbing my grandson. Because I certainly recall it.
Yes.
Once someone shows you who they are, you believe them.
Yes.
Also, you showed a picture of her cutting dope, right? Whose
Mhm.
dope is this that she's cutting? Don't answer that. I'll answer it for you. It's definitely not hers.
Oh, okay.
She is selfish, selfish, selfish. Like I said, 100% to herself. She's concentrating on her number, right? Her personal number, not
Mhm.
not why Tariq and Brayden are trying to save lives, and people are in the uproar because Brayden hasn't killed anybody, but he's been the biggest asset to the St. Patrick organization ever.
Okay.
There you have it.
Are you done, sir? Okay, so I wrote down the things you mentioned. So we're gonna go step by step. All right. So you said she Brayden is she's not qualified. She's selfish. So let me mind you. I'm going to take you back to memory lane. When we bring up choked, keep in mind at that point in time, there were only I count you 5 black kids on campus. And Tariq also enlisted Brayden, Big Mouth Brayden. This is not the same Brayden that we see now, even though he's still a punk. You know what? He was very much different. Okay. So, mind you, Tariq St. Patrick decided to sell drugs when he was one of 5 people on campus, and he enlists Big Mouth Brayden to be his partner or co-worker, however you want to call it. Okay. So he was thereby, Tariq was making the block hot. Okay. Tariq did not need to sell drugs. Effie needed to sell drugs. No,
Object, object,
interrupt you. I didn't interrupt you.
objection.
I didn't interrupt you. Okay. So Tariq did not need to sell drugs. Okay. He was merely a Brayden himself. Okay. If you want to blame everything that happened at Choke, you need to blame Kanan and or Ghost for making him feel that he wanted to deviate from the course and sell drugs. Okay. And I also want to mention Effie did not have any true ties in history with Tariq. At that point, it's a part of the game, as we mention all of the time, and hence part of a theme song that we also love with your beloved Raquel Thomas as the star. Okay. It's a part of the game at the end of the day. And I also want to mention, in regards to Choke, Tariq was the competition. Okay. And without getting kicked out at Choke, he would not be at Stansfield, thereby being able to pay for money and connect with Davis. Well, connect with the Tejadas to be able to sell drugs, to be able to build up money for his mom's defense. So if all that did not happen, then we would not be here today.
Okay. You said a lot, but you didn't say anything. Now we picking and
one more thing.
choosing.
Sorry. One more thing. I also want to keep in mind that Ghost thought he killed Kanan, but he actually did not. So just because you don't necessarily be able to complete the assignment, don't mean that you ain't that ish. Okay? So keep in mind, Ghost, the beloved Ghost, have blunders as well. Go ahead.
Okay. You said a lot, but didn't say anything. You said
Okay.
he didn't choose to. Tariq didn't need to sell drugs. He made a choice, just like Effie, just like Brayden, just like anybody in the drug game. I don't care that Effie was in the back of the classroom. I don't care that she was on welfare. She made a choice to sell drugs, just like Brayden, just like anybody else. What it comes down to is Effie is selfish. She will she will turn back on Tariq in a second for herself. What did she tell Tariq in the hallway? Right? I don't want to be basically I don't want to be seen with you.
That's nothing to do with selfish, but okay.
That is selfish.
No, it's not
So
selfish.
she okay. What is this then? What is her wanting to cut selling drugs at Stansfield, which is a horrible idea.
That's not selfish. And she also considered Tariq
How
by
is that not
accident.
selfish?
That's not everybody in this show is selling drugs for their own purpose. Okay. At the end of the day, Brayden is selfish. Okay. He lured Tariq to the penthouse for his own selfish means. If Tariq was never in the penthouse, he would not be caught up in Noma's and his BS. Brayden also cooperated with Tate to get Tariq out of the internship with Tate, thereby working at Weston Holdings. Okay. So don't act like to Brayden, it has clean hands. Everybody has their
Okay,
moments.
here's the thing with
Everybody
that.
lies in
I
this
thought it
show.
was okay. Yeah. All right, so we're bringing up Braden's indiscretions and how he. Hold on, I'm echoing a little bit. All right, so in this game, as you said, everybody is out for themselves. So Tariq, right? He wanted to get out of the game, so to speak.
Mhm.
So Brayden, like you said, maneuver him.
Mhm.
The same exact thing that Tariq did to Brayden. What I'm saying is it's the same thing Tariq did to Brayden in season 1 when he was used. Oh, it's okay for Tariq to use Brayden's white privilege to beat up the bully that was selling drugs in season 1 to get him kicked out. That's okay. Right? So Brayden is supposed to be 100% with everybody, and they can be 95 or 80% with him. No, it comes down to people are jealous because they feel like Brayden doesn't have to sell drugs. The only reason that people are tight is because he's rich. That's it.
Who's tight?
I apologize, Your Honor, but I just want her to know that I was the one that was dealing drugs at Choate and Stan's.
For me, it comes down to one word. I don't have a problem with Effie, but my one word that it comes down to me is loyalty. In the end of the day, she's not going to be loyal to Tariq St. Patrick. She get jammed up because she's selling drugs on that roof. She's going to tell what it tells to get to that robotics program. Hold on,
That's
hold on.
sir. We didn't get there yet. We didn't get there.
Interrupt you. I'm taking it there. She's going to tell Brayden is loyal. For me, it comes down to loyalty. Okay, he didn't catch a body. Neither did she. She get an A for effort. Okay. People want to clap it up and give her an A for effort. She haven't done anything but told and did things for herself. Brayden is not perfect, but he is loyal. She is not.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about a few things here. Okay. So we always talk about the situation at Choate, but don't get it twisted. In season 1, okay, of Power Book 2, Tariq called Effie for some work, and he took work from her. And he's like, I'm not paying it. It's payback. And she let it go. So that should be even, Steven. Okay. Let's talk about your boy Brayden. Okay. Let's talk about Brayden taking the stand. Okay. Now, he admitted that he sold drugs at Choate. Okay. One, he ain't meant to nobody's. Okay. But keep in mind, the Weston lawyer stated, okay, if either him or Trace took the stand, he would not get charged. Okay. So he knew he wasn't taking any true risk with getting on that stand. And in addition,
he didn't have to do it.
He didn't have to do it. Okay. Can we
he didn't have to mess his name up.
He is a Weston. He still has a 6-figure job. So therefore, it still not matter because you know what? If he would have graduated school, he would have still been in that cubicle with his father. Now, furthermore, he was saving also his life and his brother's life because we all know if he would have snitched on Kane or Tariq, he probably would have been under the thumb of the Tejadas, okay? So don't act like Brayden was doing completely taking bodies and sacrificing himself by getting life in prison, okay? He knew there was no risk. And in addition, he was able to
Always
take
risk.
credit
Hold
for an
on.
organization that he did not start. That was not his brainchild, okay? And he also obtained clout from this. And we know Brayden loves to take clout. He loves to own up to things he did not do. He told Kane, I killed Lauren for you. He texts Kane, it's done, as if he killed himself, okay? He loves to take credit for things. He loves clout, and he does not deserve it.
Loves clout, does not deserve it. For I knew you were gonna bring up the fact he doesn't owe Tariq anything. Even if he
doesn't
didn't
either.
hold on. Even if he didn't take the stand, his track record has proved me Effie Morales, if that's her real name, is not loyal. We're gonna let it
How?
play out. And how is she not loyal? How many okay. Pretty girl love trap content. Hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I don't mind her getting to her number, but the fact that she is willing to put that ahead of paying Noma her money, and I mean, Tariq should have told her no. I give him the fact that she is willing to create more bricks when we have an abundance of bricks. That is a problem. That's showing that the only thing she really cares about is her number. She's jealous. She's jealous. When they were
Being
talking about
ambition is not jealousy. Having
yes,
ambition
she
is
is.
not
Let me
jealousy.
explain why. She's jealous because she was born in the hood. She doesn't come from money. You saw the way she looked at Tariq. You're up there. She instantly got mad when Brayden was talking about the day of the week Lambos. Just like it's not Brayden's fault he was born with money. It's not your fault that you were born broke, Effie. It's life. Okay. She was tight. As soon as he said they had a week Lambos. Oh, I'm good. Oh, you need me to ride out there with you? No, I'm straight. She's not communicating. She put everything at risk. Selling work at Stansfield is a colossal fumble. Why would you even put things at risk when Tariq said he'll help you? Basically, after we give it to Noma, we're gonna be flush on Wall Street. So instead of taking help, you'd rather put everything at risk. That's selfish.
No, that's not selfish. One, I just want to add.
Oh, really?
I want to add. Jealousy is actually a human emotion. Okay,
it's still no less disgusting.
And at the end of the day, can I? Okay, so just because she has a goal to go to grad school doesn't mean she can't get a Lambo. It means she has her priorities right. She can probably get a Lambo, get some payments, but she doesn't want to because she knows she has to pay for grad school. She could be out there with a Balenciaga backpack with Diana, but she is not because she has a goal. Now, in terms of the work, she can cut that work however she wants to because at the end of the day, all the plug wants is their bread. So long as she give Noma what she is owed, that is all said and done. That's all that needs to occur.
You're exactly right. I said at first, I do not mind her getting her money up, but you have to pay Noma first, and it's just foolish.
She got her payment. Noma got her first payment. It was good. They got it on time. So what's the issue? She can't still sell drugs because they got their money on time.
Selling drugs on. That's what my point is. This she's selfish. She's putting everything at risk by even selling on Stansfield. She knows that's not a good idea. It's very, very hot on Stansfield campus right now. It's not a good idea to sell drugs just because you want to hit your number.
None of the ideas are good. It's not even a good idea to sell drugs in Western Holden. We got cubicles on floor 8, and we over here got the Carter in floor 10. Is that not an issue? Is that not close to home?
It's not an issue.
It is an issue.
It's an issue.
It's an issue.
No one knows about that.
It's an issue.
No one. That's not getting investigated. Pretty girl love trap content. You had 3 bodies. What? I don't want to. You had the pool murder, Jabari. Carrie Milgram wasn't on campus. Then you had the drug case. Stansfield was smoking hot, and she's selling drugs on Stansfield campus. That's going to be a problem. And when she gets caught, This is just speculation here. I don't think she's going to be loyal.
Well, it's no different to me selling on Stansfield as to selling drugs at your local street corner. I grew up on 135th and Broadway in Harlem. You can't tell me people ain't get locked up and shot all day long up in Harlem, and drug dealers then still come out that same day to do their job. The block is always going to be hot. You just got to be smart about it.
That is true. The block will always be hot, but this is not 125th Street. Harlem Pretty Girl loves trap content. This is a college campus, right? This is not set. Okay. This is a college campus.
Same game, different beat.
It's not going to work.
It's whatever you say, sir.
So
now, can I also add, in terms of Brayden not being a catch a body? Now, I'm sure you and I both know many of drug dealers. Okay, can you truly, honestly tell me you know of a drug dealer that does not understand the risk of having to either catch a body or be a body? Can we admit that?
Selling drugs, being a murderer is not a prerequisite for selling drugs. Brayden signed up to sell drugs, okay? People that are putting him in positions to catch bodies are idiots. Okay. Can we agree to that? People that are putting him in position to catch bodies is probably the dumbest person on the show. It's like putting a basketball player on skates and telling them go and play hockey. Yeah, if he trained for a couple years, he'd probably be a damn good hockey player, but not right away. But he does get an A for effort because he tried, right? He just couldn't do it. Just like somebody else we know that gets an A for effort.
So what does that say about Brayden following the dumbest person on the show? What do you say about that?
Out of fear. Pretty Girl love trap content. Okay. He just wants to sell the drug. He's not street.
Okay, he's not street. Okay, so let me go to exhibit A.
That's not a prerequisite.
Exhibit A. Okay, Brayden does not listen to sound and experience advice. Episode 105, minute 50. Tariq told Brayden, Kane is the Negro that we need to worry about. He's the shooter. Okay, he also tells him. Episode 203, minute 8.5, Tariq tells Brayden, stay away from Kane and to text him if Kane asked about him, okay? At the same episode,
this is what I have a problem with.
We not ever with Kane in the streets. Okay. 3 instances minimum that Tariq has told Brayden to stay away. If you want to sell drugs and white-collar drugs, then you understand you probably have minimal risk. But if you hang with street dudes, you should know, okay, like Brayden, Mr. Not Independent, he always referencing Murtaugh and Riggs, hence Lethal Weapon. He always want to have a partnership. He cannot do anything by himself. So therefore, if you want to sell drugs, then you need to know that you may got to get somebody. I'm sorry. That's part of the game. It's not a prerequisite, but you know that may be part of the course load.
Okay. Wow. All right. So, okay, yes, he didn't do what Tariq said do, but my grandson, listen, if you're not being 100%, you're telling half the story. You're telling me don't mess with this dude, not really telling me why I'm supposed to follow you 100% blindly when you only telling me 50% of the story just because I'm white. Just because I'm not street, you're only telling me 50% of the story. This dude came and kidnapped me and my brother. I sold drugs on the block to get us off of that. That's what I chose to do. That's his career choice. He was getting bags off on the block. Okay, didn't have to pull a gun, didn't have to murder anybody. That's what he chooses to do. I think he would have probably maybe told Tariq about the gun, maybe didn't dig up the body, did that out of fear. But Tariq is not being 100% with Brayden. But everyone expects Brayden to follow Tariq blindly and be 100% to Tariq when he's telling him 25% of the truth because he's doing the thing that his father does and not keeping people informed. It's unfair and it's utterly ridiculous to think that Brayden's supposed to follow this man 100% when he's telling half the story. Okay, you said stay away from this dude. Like, why though?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You're not telling me the full story. So that to me, that's
All right.
baloney.
Well, at the
I
same
blame my
time,
grandson for that.
at the same time, Brayden did not know that Tariq wasn't keeping 100% real with him. So he didn't know that. He was under the impression that Tariq was being completely honest. And two, why do you expect Effie to be 100% honest with people or a person, i.e. Tariq, that hasn't been 100% honest with other people? You gotta be.
I don't expect her to be 100% honest, but I do. I just expect her not to fold on him and not to be so me and jealous just because I'm a couple steps in front of you and you in the back of the class. I saw it in her face just because they had a weak Lambos. Like, get that jealousy and envy.
It's not jealousy. It's thinking. It's having different.
It's having. It is a human quality, but it doesn't make it any less disgusting. She's jealous of Brayden. She tried to get Brayden killed.
Okay. She tried to get Brayden killed? Okay. Yeah. All right. All right. So
she tried to get Brayden killed.
Effie told Kane about the wire, was Effie on any wires? No. She was in turn saving Kane, Brayden, and Tariq from Lauren, who was the only person that was able to tie Tariq to the wire.
Therefore, Lauren out of the way so she could get what she wanted, which was Tariq.
Yes, she admitted that she had different motives and was being selfish. But at the end, what did she say last episode? But it benefited everyone else. Okay. And mind you, your boy Brayden, who was not chucking up the deuces, he was chucking up the throw up when he was in the bathroom, giving Kane enough time to frame him in that room. Therefore, creating more evidence against Tariq in the trial that he saved him in.
Said if Tariq would have been real with Brayden, that would have never happened at all.
Brayden would have been real with Tariq, because let me hold on.
Speculation. He wouldn't have dug the body up if they would have been 100% with each other. I don't blame Brayden for that.
No, let me hold on. Let me get my exhibits here. Give me one moment, sir. Let's see here. Because Brayden, episode 204, minute 35, when he was doing licks with Kane, he said, I was with that girl from bio. And 1 minute later, minute 26, oh yeah, I'm studying with that girl from history. And then minutes later, Kane texted him and they proceeded to do the jewelry store lick. So Brayden was lying the whole time, knowing that Kane was dangerous, trying to prove himself because he thought it was all cool, bro. It was cool, bro, to be over here doing licks, acting like you big bad, but you ain't big bad because 2 episodes later you was chucking up the deuces because you had to help Kane with a body because you was scared. Carry on, sir.
Like I said, you cannot expect him to. I don't understand why people expect him to be 100% honest with Tariq when Tariq is not 100% honest with him.
Okay.
At all.
Okay. Well, do you remember when Tariq, he also lied to Effie a few different times as well. Okay, after there was even Steven and he took the 3 pills from her. Let's see here. Give me one moment, sir. When they the episode Yale versus Stansfield, and it was also Parents Weekend, he stated he wasn't selling coke when she arrived on Parents Weekend with the Yale versus Stansfield's game. And also, Two-Bit was actually asking Tariq or threatening Tariq for $24,000. Effie came with the coke and allowed Tariq to have a 50-50 venture to allow Tariq to earn and get $24,000.
What does that have to do with Brayden?
When Tariq got out of jail and Lauren played him to the left, Effie came over to console him. He also divulged and let her know, hey, I killed Professor Reynolds. And she said, hey, you have to do what you have to do. So she was there consoling Tariq. And did she ever say to anybody about that murder? No, she could. She could go and snitch. But has she said anything about Professor Javari? No.
Nigga, you wearing a wire?
Duh. Are you for real right now?
Yes, I'm for real.
We haven't seen her jammed up yet. Why would she go volunteer something? Like, come on, man. Are we being serious?
She wasn't jammed up that choke. She wasn't jammed up that choke.
Yeah, so but it benefited her. She's not. It won't benefit her right now. to get Tariq out of the way.
Okay, well, we can't
Everything is
speculate
good.
about the future. We only can think about the facts. The 24 episodes that's been available in Power Book 2 and the few
Exactly.
episodes that she was in Power Book, the original Power Book. So we can't speculate about what if,
Exactly.
because
So
I can do that with Brayden as well. I'm sorry. Can I share my screen for a second, sir?
Hold on, pretty girl. Can I speak?
Go ahead,
Jesus.
speak, sir.
I mean, you're
I'll give you
saying
the
a
floor.
lot, but I don't understand. Look, you're honestly telling me you don't think Effie Morales is selfish. You bringing up all these things about Brayden's, all these episode numbers where he didn't follow Tariq blindly. Okay, we talked about all Brayden's liabilities. Okay, Tariq they're only able to do what they can do because of the name Brayden. People keep putting him in positions to fail. Okay, he's not street. Let's talk about the cryptocurrency play. Let's talk about the fact that, yeah, I maneuvered you to work with Tate, but was that what's best for business? How are you gonna sell these drugs and get to Noma? You would be dead, Granny would be dead because you wouldn't have made that payment.
No.
If you working with, okay, going to see Kane, okay, he really knew Norman was gonna come attack. He just trying to put a play together, trying to get the band back together.
Well, if
Hold
you never
on,
would have lied, he never would have been there.
Pretty girl love trap. You spoke for a long time. I didn't say anything. I let you get yours off.
You said I wasn't saying anything, so that's why I was speaking more to make you
mean,
understand that I was saying things.
So Brayden's supposed to be able to read the future. He took Tariq to the penthouse, trying to that's his choice in life. It's to sell drugs. Okay, is it the smartest choice being in his position? Absolutely not. But as a man, you make your own choices. He wants to be a drug dealer. That's what he's going to do. He's trying to put a play together. Noma comes in. Now they all in it. And you got an internship with Tate, but Brayden, being smarter than the average bear, he see, man, this is a gold mine right here on Wall Street. Tariq wasn't even with it at first. So let me maneuver Tariq, because you're not selling no drugs in Tate's campaign. They had sold 4 bricks and about 5 or 6 to the Ivy Leagues. It was over. Death was coming very soon. Until Brayden maneuvered him to Western Holdings. Then they put the no cap, no frap with the crypto, and it was all. Not to mention Tariq being at Western Holdings, now he's rubbing shoulders with billionaires, right? So there you have it. If it wasn't for Brayden, Tariq wouldn't be where he is.
Yeah, you're right. In debt, because he would have never been in that penthouse. And mind you, let's keep in mind, whose idea was it to sell to the Ivy Leagues? It was Effie's idea. Okay, so yes, she's not the only one over here. He's not the only one having great ideas. All right, and she can code. She taught to read.
That's a great idea. We're gonna
sell it to the Ivy Leagues
to college students.
Yes.
Oh damn!
Oh, selling drugs to the Black community. Selling drugs to the Black community.
Oh,
that's cool. Is that cool?
Oh,
exactly.
That's such an interest. That's such a interest.
Exactly. You're just selling drugs to people that. Go ahead.
Selling drugs on the Ivy League. That's so interesting. Come on.
Selling drugs on the block. That's so interesting. Okay, but let also keep in mind that Effie, she knows how to code. She knows engineering. Okay, she taught Tariq how to shut off the electricity in Mecca's. She's teaching Diana on how to multitask, selling work and going to school. So she's teaching the people, and mind you, it still should be fresh, okay? She's teaching your grandson how to think about the end game. Before her, he wasn't even thinking about getting out the game or what to do with his inheritance, okay? And mind you,
think about it, pretty girl. Trap, you said we're going by the 24 episodes.
This happened last episode.
Pretty girl, Trap.
They had the classroom scene, and right after the classroom scene, he started to think about his future. She asked, "Oh, what about when your family burns through your inheritance?" Oh, I ain't really give much thought about that. Ding, 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 light bulb. Here go Effie giving you another idea about how to plan your future successfully.
Pretty girl, Trap content. That is baloney. I'm sorry. The boy didn't have a chance to. The classroom assignment is what made him start thinking. He wrote family, and that's how it started. Being a college kid and in the classroom is what got him thinking about his future.
No,
And
he
that-
said herself when
Oh,
they
yeah.
had that scene when she was congratulating him because she was genuinely happy about him signing RSJ. He said, "Yeah, you got me thinking about it." He admitted himself that she was the reason that he started thinking about the future and his family. And he also stated once he get his family set up that he's going to go with her.
This is sad.
Yeah, it is sad. It's
Effie
Mhm.
is definitely a liability, and Brayden is an asset.
Brayden is a liability as well. Okay, there's no use for a white guy if you can't execute a plan. Okay, exhibit number one. You called Effie to help you with Lauren. Exhibit number 2, you asked Kane to help you with the bash. Oh, Tariq help you with that. Exhibit number 3. Number 3.
He didn't know Tariq was gonna be
You
there.
couldn't kill the Russian. You bitched up.
It's not a
Who helped you?
prerequisite.
Tariq St. Patrick.
He's not a killer. He's not a killer. I
Okay,
keep
well, he
saying
need-
that. They putting him
Okay,
in
well, if he's
he
not a killer-
wants to sell drugs. So if this the whole gripe, this is what I was talking about. This is why the whole gripe and the whole beef about Brayden really is he is not a killer. I
Okay, well,
admitted it.
Well,
He
have him
doesn't
tell
wanna
Kane.
be and
Have him
never
tell
claimed-
Kane, no, I'm not doing it.
and never claimed to be. Right?
Have him tell Kane, I'm not doing it. Point blank, period. No, I am not qualified enough. I don't want to go ahead and sell the jobs. I'm merely one who is good with logistics and recruiting. So, Brayden, you need to go ahead and apply for FedEx or some type of sports agency or a pyramid scheme, because therefore you're not qualified to be a drug dealer. You're merely helping
He's
with
qualified.
logistics and sales.
No, he's qualified to sell drugs. Everybody want him to be a killer. He's not
Everybody
a killer.
wants-
Listen, just like hold on, you done?
Put myself on mute. Go ahead.
People see this is yes, it's a dirty game. But what people need to understand and realize, okay, yes, Brayden should tell Kane, I'm not doing it, blah, blah, blah. He's not there yet. All he wants to do is sell drugs. Well, what people are telling me is that selling drugs it's a prerequisite. Being a murderer is a prerequisite to selling drugs. Let's talk about his drug dealing plays. Okay, listening to Kane, he's not going to kill anyone. Okay, that's the only beef about Brayden is that he hasn't killed someone. Neither has Effie. Right? But she get clapped up for trying to kill Lauren because she tried.
To kill Kanan.
I wasn't done. She for trying to kill Lauren. She gets clapped up. Brayden, everybody's big gripe about Brayden is he's not a killer. He didn't kill the Russian. He didn't kill Lauren. He didn't kill the Russian. He didn't kill the Russian. He tried. He went up there with the pierogies. Okay, he get a C for effort and Effie get an A for effort, right? It makes no sense to me. It's a double standard. It all comes down to the fact that people don't think that he should sell drugs because he's a rich white boy. And the fact of the matter is, he can sell drugs. He's a hell of a drug dealer. He's just not a killer. These are facts here. He was on that block pumping. Got rid of all of those pounds. By the time Kane, he had to line up the street on a block that wasn't even his. That's unprecedented. Come on, that's true hustling.
That block was
just because he's not a killer, people are mad. But I'm gonna say this until people understand it. Effie has 0 bodies. We're going off the however many episodes you said, 24, 0 bodies. She has the same amount of bodies as Brayden. She tried to kill somebody, didn't do it. Brayden tried to kill somebody and didn't do it. People type because he white. Let's just call it what it is.
Not because we're white, because we love Tommy. We don't do that.
Yeah, but Tommy, let me speak on that. Yeah. Okay. However, Tommy was born, bred, and raised in the hood.
Okay.
The hood. Okay, so he's in with the culture. Brayden was born, bred, and raised not in the hood, in the best of the best. So he does not know how to move in those situations. However, he's a hell of a drug dealer. Nobody can take that away from him.
All right, he knows the risk.
Also, last thing, when it comes down to the come down, right? Life on the line. Somebody reaching, right? He's about to go down. Brayden will squeeze the trigger. I saw him do it before. When he thought his life was on the line and my man pulled, he squoze the trigger. Kane took bullets out the gun. So,
all right. Well, okay, let's just say, just for the hell of it, that we want Brayden to catch a fight, which I'm not saying that. I just want Brayden to realize he's not about that life. But episode 202, Effie pressed Brayden about stepped-on work. Brayden was very hesitant in taking ownership and fighting. Episode 208, minute 7, Brayden was ready to purchase all the drugs until Effie tested the vote because she knew her clientele, and she also served as an admin for Course Correct. And in addition, when Brayden found out that Tariq was selling drugs with Effie during parent weekend, he was all upset, exhibiting like simp-like behavior, okay? And Tariq was telling Brayden, we don't sell coke. Tariq was telling Brayden, we don't sell coke here. We not doing that. He asked Brayden, do you even know the street value of coke? Do you know how to cut coke? Brayden said no. So why is Brayden not doing his due diligence on the thing that he's trying to do is just sell drugs when he should be doing that? You should know. You should know your research. You should know how much a brick costs if you're trying to sell bricks. That's why Brayden is not thoroughly about that life. He is not independent like Effie. We have never seen Brayden do anything independent. And also, he was also proved to be disloyal because when Kane asked Brayden to sell drugs without Tariq, he was willing to do it. The only reason he did not do it is because Mary J. Blige, aka Monet, said no. She said no. He's not ready. So he was willing to be disloyal.
Pretty Girl Love Trap Content. Let's get your facts together. What episode was that? That was the episode when Tariq knew about that.
Not at first.
Tariq's back.
Not at first.
Tariq knew about that.
Knew about the thing with Kane?
Yes.
Okay.
Because Brayden was going to take over Course Correct because Tariq was getting out of the game.
No, he didn't talk to Tariq about that. He asked Tariq because this is after the whole situation with Tasha.
Tariq told him to run it. PG.
Okay. All right. If you say so. I mean, I just binge watched both seasons
Let's take a look at this.
But okay, I could be wrong.
You are.
Yo, don't forget the solitaire. That's got to be worth at least 40K.
You knew that was worth at least 40K. Asset.
Okay.
Don't forget that. It's worth at least 40K.
And right before that, he lied to Tariq about what he was doing. He said he was going with that girl from Bio.
Just like I'll say it again but I don't think people are going to receive it. I'll say it again. Mm-hmm. If Tariq is only 40% truthful to Brayden, then I think it's fair that Brayden is 40% truthful to Tariq.
And same goes with Effie. If you want to go with those examples.
I'm cool with that. But she's
okay, so what's the problem? Why everybody's selfish? Tariq used Brayden's relationship.
She's disloyal and selfish.
How is she disloyal? Brayden has been disloyal and dishonest. Tariq, everybody, it's called power.
He never did nothing to hurt Tariq.
I'm sorry?
He never did nothing to hurt Tariq. And I don't think
getting him back in the game is not hurting him.
Getting him back in the game is not hurting him.
He lured him to the penthouse. He's trying to get him to sell drugs at his daddy's job, knowing his daddy hates him. Well, daddy's company.
Right, there you go again. Got Tariq an internship. That's an asset. Furthermore, he had no way of knowing. Oh, so let me get this straight. Noma hit Brayden up and said, yeah, had Tariq here. He had no clue that was going to happen. That could have just been a conversation that Tariq could have kindly declined. Okay, so now we blaming Brayden for Noma.
We're blaming Effie for lying to Tariq. So, yes, we are blaming Brayden for lying to Tariq.
Effie didn't lie to Tariq.
You saying she's lying disloyal, right?
She's disloyal, yeah, and
Okay,
selfish. That's my
y'all
main
still not
thing. Is
saying
she's
how.
selfish.
You still not saying how. I think y'all just
I-
don't like Effie.
I just told you how she's selfish. Pretty girl love trap.
Tariq is selfish.
Listen, we're not. This is not the Tariq debate.
Exactly. I'm proving that everyone is
no,
selfish.
it's different. Of course,
It's different
it's
levels.
different
Okay,
levels.
go ahead. I'll be quiet.
It's different levels. I don't know how many times I can say this. The only thing that the girl cares about is going to grad school. Is climbing up from her past. All right. She's not even willing to accept help. She's putting the whole organization at risk by selling drugs at Stansfield, and you know it. You can tell me how hot the block is all you want. That's your job. That's what you're supposed to do today. But you know it's not a good idea to sell drugs at Stansfield. You know this.
It's not
You
a
won't
good
admit
idea to
this.
sell drugs, period.
There you go, right there. That's a nice little ploy that you do, correct. But you know it's even a worse idea to sell drugs at Stansfield. She's willing to do that, willing to put everybody at risk because she wants to hit her number first instead of just taking help from somebody who loves her, who's trying to help her. Right? Definitely. And Brayden, being who he is, the loyal friend and protector that he is of Tariq St. Patrick, he asked Effie for advice in episode 1, season 3. We should tell him about Lauren. No, we're taking this to the grave. Shouldn't have listened to her. Brayden should just tell her, right? So Brayden wanted to tell her because he's more loyal than Effie. You're on mute. You're on mute still. I don't mind it.
How many times has Brayden told Kane, I killed Lauren for you? He lying too. Taking credit.
Brayden,
And then he didn't even follow up and do his due diligence because you know what? He ain't about that life. If you know you're not fit and not qualified to do the job, just man up and say it.
Listen, I admit
instead of recruiting people to do it.
Brayden is not gangster. But why did Brayden want to tell Tariq and Effie didn't?
So when is Brayden going to tell Tariq about the internship? He's keeping lies too, sir.
No, I'm just saying why. And just like Brayden said, that's just a little white lie.
Okay.
But why do you think? Why didn't Effie say, "Yeah, you're right. We should tell him"? She's not even thinking about telling him.
She knows it will hurt him. Okay.
Okay. Sometimes you got to rip the back. They just had this whole big thing about family. Brayden, because he has a heart that's not cold off of all of those damn government cheese sandwiches that she's been growing up off of. Because his heart is not. He knows it's gonna hurt Tariq, but he's also sharp enough to know, like, damn, if he find out 2 years from down the line, it's gonna hurt him even worse. Rip the Band-Aid off. It's because she's selfish. She don't want to hurt him, so to speak. She don't want to hurt her position. Brayden is okay with rolling the dice because that's what's right. Because
so I will be okay
to Tariq.
I am more okay with Effie not telling Tariq not to hurt him and to protect his feelings than Brayden lying to Tariq because he just wants to sell drugs for fun.
Okay. Wow. That's his choice of profession. That's why people are so uptight. That's his choice of profession.
Because if you're not qualified, then don't do the
qualified. He's good at selling drugs. He's not good. How is he not qualified? He has a product and he's getting it off.
He's not doing it. He doesn't know all the workings.
Hold on. How many bricks did he already sell at the country club? I believe it was 4. 4 of them things. That's qualified. I already done sold 4 bricks.
But not drugs per se. When you sell drugs, you got to worry about everything. He didn't even know last month. He didn't.
Oh my God.
As a freshman, he didn't even know the price of work. He didn't even know how to cut work.
He got them off. This is facts. I didn't make this up. He sold bricks at the country club.
Okay, but what
does drugs? He's a drug dealer.
Okay. Selling stocks? No. I don't care. I'm not thinking about my life being in danger selling stocks, but selling drugs, hell yeah, I need to make sure my head is on the swivel. My head got to be on the swivel because you know what selling drugs is illegal. What
And
happens
it's
when you're in a
dangerous.
legal game? You have crazy, deranged criminals that's possibly going to shank you
Correct.
or rob you or steal from you.
Nobody ever tried to rob, steal, or kill Brayden. He just asked to be an assassin.
Not
And he
yet.
doesn't have it in him.
Not
Who
yet.
tried to
It's in the
kill
cards.
or rob Brayden? Let's
It's
talk
in the
about the
cards.
gun deal.
It's in the cards.
Hey, it's
It's
in the
in the
cards.
cards.
No, it's not a prerequisite. If you do what you're supposed to do, the drugs can be sold without the violence. So I hear, allegedly. The drugs can be sold without the violence. Don't tell me that it has to be violence. People want to get high. Brayden got a product, he can sell it. It's born in it's facts that he is a great drug dealer. He's been selling bricks. Who was selling most of the work before all of the work before Course Correct got up and running? I didn't want to expose my grandson like this. Who was busting scripts, hustling from the beginning? Stop playing with the silver spoon. Gone. He was
He's no
hustling from the
goon.
beginning.
No, can I share my
Hustling
screen?
Pretty Girl Love Traps. You know what I'm talking about. You
I
didn't
share my
get the
screen?
rewatch. Brayden was hustling. He
Can I
was
share my
busting them scripts, getting
Can I
and
share
giving and help and listen, giving Tariq the money for his, not taking none of his profits from his drug sales, giving it to Tariq for his mother's defense. If that's not love and loyalty, I don't know what is. To put yourself at risk for your brother, it doesn't get no more honorable than that. I'm sorry.
Let's see here.
It's this fact.
Let's see here. Give me one moment. Yeah, episode 206, minute 36. Effie went to Stansfield to console Tariq after Lauren pushed him to the left. She also offered Tariq money for assistance if he needed it. Tariq declined. And again, I am going to also mention she helped Tariq build up money to be able to pay 2-Bit to get 2-Bit off his ass. And she's always willing to put in work.
Let me ask you this, though, because you brought up those points. Let me ask you this. Where's Lawrence plug?
Where's who?
Where's Effie's plug?
Effie's plug is now Noma.
No, I'm saying before when she came so conveniently, when they tried to get work from her before they solidified Monet, Effie didn't have a plug.
Do you know that?
So I will argue that
was it
if
not
she had one, she wouldn't have been that helpful. But Brayden, on the other hand, did all of the dirty work, all of the leg work, took all of the risk, and handed over all of the money, loyalty.
All right. So when she came to Parents' Night / Yale versus Stansfield, she had to work and so did with Tariq. Tariq didn't supply that coke. Effie did.
Yeah, but it was 50-50, like you said. His whole
so she bringing her own work too. Let's admit that. She bringing her work too.
50-50 plate. I'm cool.
She bringing her work
Tariq
too.
Still should have.
She didn't have to do that.
He should have cut Brayden in. Honestly, if that's how they was moving, he saw how Brayden
that was on
moving.
Tariq. That was on Tariq for lying to Brayden. Because he know what? Tariq knew what? Brayden was a weak link.
Tariq knew what? No, he just
Brayden was a weak link.
He just don't see the value in it.
Yeah, the value in Brayden selling the coke.
No, he's not truly. He's trying to keep secrets. If he was more honest, he wouldn't have been in most of the problems that he was in. I'm still trying to look for a clip where Brayden was not 100 with Tariq.
Keeping secrets here. Okay. Keeping secrets.
Let me see. Let me look at some of the comments because we've been going in.
I'm sorry, y'all. How I apologize. It's been a heated debate.
OT Team Effie. DeMarcus say Effie will show the gun and won't use it. We can only talk about the 24 episode. I can't wait till it play out though, but I'm gonna be honest. We only gonna talk about what we saw on the screen.
Okay. In the same way as Brayden should have shot the Russian instead of, having,
no, pretty girl. I'm cool with that. We giving A's for effort. That's 0-0.
Okay.
Right?
And just do you think any
Brayden get like a C because he didn't get the gun out and he had to approach. But Effie actually hit her with the gun and then pushed the car in a puddle. So
do you think
for
Do you think any less of James St. Patrick not confirming that Kanan was dead in the warehouse, but before assuming Kanan was dead? Do
We
you
all
think of
said
him
that was
any
stupid.
less?
Also, with all due respect, James St. Patrick had already. I mean, he was already a killer. We saw him catch an episode.
That's not about that. I'm
catch
talking
a
about this
body
instance.
in season 1, episode 1. The gripe on Brayden is he's not a killer. He's not a killer. That was his only chance. We
It's
know James
multiple
St.
gripes.
Patrick is a killer. He just fumbled, and he's been in a blender so many times. We're not gonna even bring him up.
Okay, sir.
All right, so we are preparing for our closing statements here. This has been a fun debate. I'm going to put up a poll on my community tab so you can crown me as 3-0. Closing statements.
Court advantage, I guess. Whatever you say.
Pretty girl love trap content.
Okay. Can I share my screen, please?
Yes.
All right. So let's see here while I discuss my closing statement. Okay. In the words of Effie Morales to Brayden, not quite about that life, Weston. In minute 43.5 of episode 209, you found the game. The game ain't find you. See where I'm from? That comes straight to your front door. But you made a choice, end quote. And I'm telling you, Brayden Weston from PGLTC, the next time your beat ass need to catch a body and clam up, just quit the game, sir. Just go ahead and do logistics and sales at FedEx or any other Westing Holdings like organization you need to, because in this game, you need to be prepared for anything. You can't enlist, you can't recruit. You need to handle things on your own. You need to be independent. Okay? So just in closing, in closing, Tariq already let you know you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
That was cute. That was good. Clap it up for Pretty Girl Love Trap content. Thank you. All right, so I get it. Community, I get it. Brayden is not your typical drug dealer. He is not from the streets. I understand that y'all want him to, stand up to the biggest, toughest bully on the show, which is Kane Tejada. They want him to stand up to Kane Tejada. I get it. I do too. But what people need to realize is Brayden is one of the most loyal characters on the show. You see, loyalty means a lot to me. Even in high school when he was making his fumbles, if you crossed me once, I know you'll cross me again. I know I still got to keep that in the back of my mind. That's not the same thing with Brayden. Okay, Brayden, he's a supreme hustler, and I will say this. Listen, you can sell the drugs without the violence. People's biggest gripe, and the only reason they started talking crap to him about Brayden is because he didn't pull the trigger, right? He didn't walk up in cold blood and assassinate a plug, right? Okay, he didn't do it. I get it. But we're not going to sit up here and pretend like that would have satisfied everybody. Okay, it's more realistic for Brayden to clam up. Okay, let's talk about the times when he does what he set out to do. And you said it, Effie said in episode 9, whatever episode number that you spewed off to try to make it seem as if
it's
whatever episode you spewed off when he said Brayden chose the game. Yeah, he chose the game. Just like you did, Effie. I don't want to hear no excuse, no BS excuse because you came from poverty that you have to sell drugs. No, you could have made the hard choice, Effie. You could have made the hard choice, but you chose just like Brayden chose. So because Brayden's family is rich, he don't get a choice. He don't get a choice with his life because his family is rich, but you get a choice. So drugs is only for poor people to sell, right? Drugs is only for poor people to sell. We know it's wrong, right? So Brayden gonna get a choice because he's white and his family is rich. He don't get a choice, but it comes to your front door. No, it didn't come to your front door, Effie. You could have thugged it out and used your brain. You always got a choice. They cannot box you in. That's what they want you to think. That's showing your ignorance, Effie. You're not as wise as you think you are. You're disloyal. You only care about yourself. I'll leave you with that. With this, Brayden made a choice that he is going to have to live with. Anytime you put Brayden in a situation to sell drugs, he has excelled. Anytime you put Brayden in a situation to sell drugs, not commit murder, not do all this other thing, to sell the work, he has succeeded. I mentioned him busting down the scripts in season 1. He's selling work at the country club. He's already had to play at Western Holding. So anytime that he is selling drugs, he succeeds. So I'll leave you with this.
Not true.
I'm gonna keep saying it. You can sell the drugs without the murder. There you have it. Below the big review. This has been a very, very fun debate. Pretty Girl Love Trap content. How do you feel about the debate? Was I getting you a little tight?
No, you wasn't. And just keep in mind, if Brayden was black and poor, I would still give him the same heat. If you're not about that life, you're just simply not about that life. And I have mentioned numerous times, Brayden was willing and wanting to sell drugs without testing product, knowing the price of product, and how to cut the product.
Pretty Girl Love Trap content. You said your close. You should have said that in your
closing. This is the closing of the closing.
Just like I said. Effie had, I don't want to hear that. You make a choice in life. You know, it's a fact. He made a choice just like Effie made a choice. Yeah. Why she talking about they brought it to my front door? Woe is me. I was born broke. You in the front of the class. You got dead a week Lambos. Suck it up, Effie. You got a choice. Go get you a better whip. But no, you choosing to save your money for college, and that's great. But you got a choice, boo. Don't ever let nobody tell you that. They didn't already box you in. You think, oh, you got to sell drugs because you're poor. Well, let me let you in on the secret. You don't. You could have thugged it out. You chose. You just like Brayden.
Just because he want a thrill, he could take his raggedy behind to Six Flags instead of selling drugs. But I understand a lot of people, that's Team Brillo, is because they anti-Effie, and that's fine. I understand.
Look,
yes,
the community is unbiased. They don't like Brayden either. They don't like Brayden either.
About Effie. Sorry.
Hey, look, we hope y'all enjoyed this because I know I did. Definitely. I'm about to put the poll up in about 10 minutes. What's next for your channel, Pretty Girl Love Trap content?
I'm working on my Bel Air episode 7 recap, so that'll be in the next couple of days. Of course, if you don't know, I also review Snowfall, of course, Power. When book 2 ends, I will be recapping the old Power again, the original Power. And of course, me and Brillo got something cooking up soon. But yes, y'all, thank you. Please subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Trying to get my numbers up. And thank you for chiming in on the debate. This was very fun, entertaining. Effie's that girl. That's all I got to say.
Definitely. Look, I don't want nobody to think I don't like Effie. Effie, I like her character, but here's the thing, y'all. We was only talking about facts, but I just don't think that she gonna be solid when it come down to it. Like when she get jammed up, and it's gonna happen. This is just one of my theories I'm rhyming off. This don't even count towards the debate. I just think that she gonna, rat out my grandson. I just got a strange feeling about it. So I could be wrong.
Speculation, yes.
Mm-hmm. Right, speculation all the way. But what's next for my channel? Just keep your notification bells on. Got a few things going on here. People know I had some horrible news this morning, so I'm gonna fall back for I think a couple days. Just to be transparent, one of the kids that I work with ended up losing his life through gun violence. So we get up here and we talk about it and have but when it hits real life, it's really real life. So it kind of shook me up this morning. I was going to cancel, but I felt like I canceled before, and I'm glad I did come up here. It kind of took my mind off of the situation, talking about Effie. So thank you, Pretty Girl Love Trap Content, for being a great distraction in this hard time.
Anytime.
And I'm going to catch y'all in a couple days. Peace.
Bye, y'all.